do 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 do. Hey everybody, welcome back to KaoshKraft. So basically today, or I guess last part, we actually did a prank on Conman. Me and Biggs did, or Biggs and I. And basically, as you can see here, you know, it doesn't look like much, but we ended up calling it the sinkhole prank. It wasn't originally meant to be called the sinkhole prank, it just happened to turn out that way. It was something we came up with. But we actually have some things to do today. Now, the past couple parts have really been like, alright, well, what do I do? Because I don't really have too much to really do sometimes, because it's like, well, I finished my house, for the most part. There's a couple of tiny things I gotta do, but it's been more just like, what's my next project? What do I want to work on? And then, a couple of days ago, we all went to a Skype call, and when I mean all of us, I mean everybody who's on the actual KaoshKraft server. We got into a call, we talked about things we want to do. I came up with a couple of good ideas for the actual server itself, which I actually want to get started on. And basically what that's going to be is I'm going to start up a little arena for Capture the Flag so we can play against each other. And which I think that would actually be really cool to do. Oh, there's a little tiny pigman. And let's see, that's Zai. Where am I at? It's Biggs. I think I always go the wrong way when I do this. Yep, I think I did. That's the gold farm. Where are we gonna end up going? Here I am. But yeah, so I want to start up a arena for Capture the Flag and just other mini games like that, because that way it kind of gives the entire server something to do, like we can actually play together. Which, that's something we all talk about. We all want to do a little more collabs and things like that with each other. Because every now and then we do collabs with people and everybody, but it's not too often. And I think if we had mini games like that, it would actually change how that works. Also, let's sleep so we can actually go looking for this area. And that way it will be daytime when we're looking around and it won't be nighttime. So basically now what I have to work on is, where do I want to do it? Because the area is actually going to be pretty big. I'm actually going to make like a full stadium. So that's something I want to do, and I'm just not sure what kind of space I need, how big of a space I need for it. So we're really just going to go looking around, see what we can find, and see if we can find any place that is kind of good enough, hopefully kind of close to my house so we don't have to go too far. My garage is over here. So another thing I saw that Biggs did on his last KaoshKraft episode is he's making a office building for his basically, like, so he can make more things, makes it kind of have a purpose for, which way do we want to go? I'm kind of getting off track here, but, I guess we could make it somewhere over here. We just have to, no, it's not really flat enough. We need, like, a plains area. But, anyways, going back to what Biggs said in his video, he said he wants to make an office building, that way he can kind of have, like, a purpose for, like, his food truck, that way it's kind of like a company, I think is the way he put it, and I want to one-up him. I want to make a bigger store than him. So I might wait until he's done, and then I'm going to make my own. So Biggs, if you're watching, I'm going to make one bigger and better than yours. Ha, ha, ha. Hopefully, at least. Oh no, horsey! No, horsey! Get out of the water. Learn to swim. Come on, you can do it. Hey! Ow. Alright, so we need a plains area. I know there's one right over here. So we could make it over here. Like I said, I want this to be a pretty big arena. I might have to go onto the actual KaoshKraft fan server or onto Xbox and kind of plan out how I want it to look. The only problem is this doesn't look flat enough. There's a lot of ground I would have to fill in here. But that actually might work for the actual arena, because I'm not sure what design I want to go with yet. I'm not sure if I want it to actually look like the KaoshKraft logo that we have in the spawn, which I think that'd be really cool if I could do that, but that's a lot of wool to collect. And I'm not sure if I have the time to really do that, because I'm not sure if they used creative just for that, like making the logo in the spawn area, or if they actually mine that themselves. If they mine that themselves, that's really impressive, because well, it's not really mining, I guess shearing. Yeah, actually, I found out this big castle over here is actually going to be a store. This is going to be Fancy's store. I thought he was just making a house, like a new house over there. Nope. Which is actually really impressive how big it is. But yeah, where do we want to make it? I know there's another plains biome over a little bit closer to where Biggs' house is, if I remember correctly. How do we want to get over there? So I've also seen some comments talking about KaoshKraft a little bit on some of my KaoshKraft videos, and people are wanting more KaoshKraft, which I think is finally great. I think I'm finally getting out of that slump to where people only came to my channel for tutorials. Since I've been uploading a lot more other stuff than just tutorials lately, you know, I think it's finally getting out of that I'm not just the tutorial person, which is finally what I wanted. So I went through that rough patch there for a while, but I think I'm finally in the clear of that. And now I still want to do tutorials, don't get me wrong, but I didn't like being seen as just the tutorial person because it made it really hard to make, what's the name I'm thinking of? It made it really hard to actually make other videos like this because people were always like, well, we don't want this, we want the Let's Builds and things like that, which I couldn't do constantly on a daily basis. And different series and things like this really make it easier for my channel to actually kind of grow and kind of get a bigger variety. And so I'm finally happy I'm kind of getting out of that. Oh no. Oh, thank God that wasn't a big hole. Whew. Oh, horsey. Come on, jump. You can do it. I believe. Just believe you can fly. There we go. He flew. Yeah, so I think I'm finally getting out of that slump. My views are, oh my goodness. My views are finally going back up to where they used to be. But don't get me wrong, like I said, I still want to do Let's Builds and things like that. It's just that trying to make those every single day of the week became really hard to do and also really boring for me. And that's one thing I didn't want. I didn't want to put out boring videos. So that's why I wanted to try to kind of expand. I've talked about this quite a bit in other, you know, other videos like in South Lake, things like that. But it's finally just great to see you guys coming to my channel for just like KaoshKraft, you know, building South Lake, things like that, instead of just the Let's Builds, like the traditional houses, things like that, which I'm so happy that I finally got away from that a little bit. You know, I still want to be that tutorial person to an extent, but I don't want people just seeing me just for that. And that was the hardest part about my transition, was how to come up with new things that people will like and also kind of give them what they want. And I think I'm kind of doing the best of both worlds. My words. I'm doing the best of both worlds there because, you know, I still have series for, you know, the Let's Builds. I have, you know, the houses and seasons now. That way they're not just all crammed into, you know, a certain week. They're all organized. You know when they're going to come out. You know, every day of the week is that house. Every other week is basically, you know, a different house. And so there's a lot of different things that kind of help with it. And I think I might be lost. Is this? No, I'm not. Because if you just go this way, we're good. And so, yeah, I'm finally, like I said, I'm really happy that you guys are really coming back to my channel for, you know, KaoshKraft, other videos like this, because I really appreciate it. Because I put so much more time into coming up with new series and trying to do new things instead of Let's Builds. And to see you guys actually liking them and, oh, horsey. Ooh, that was dangerous. Yeah, but thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it because it was a very hard transition. My views really dropped off there for a while because, you know, I made a video saying, hey, I'm not really going to do the house series anymore. I kind of got rid of it for a while and like completely got rid of it. I didn't have series at that point. We might make it over here. I think I'm going to make it over there. So that's where I'm going to make it. Hopefully nobody plans on making things there. So, well, if anybody from KaoshKraft is wondering and they have an objection to this over here, boop, this is where I'm going to make my capture the flag area and just other mini games. So basically we're going to make it, oh, am I stuck? Oh, can't go that way, I guess. Let's go over this way. Yeah, so we're going to make it, I think, right over here. So we have a lot of clearing out to do. So we might go back to the house, get a shovel, grab some materials, and kind of lay out where we want it to be. So, we're at the, get a lot of work done here. But I like big projects, as you guys know, they keep me busy. So I'm actually really happy to get this going and get this finished. Because, as you guys know, I'm not one to build small stuff. I like building big. For example, my house, you know, that's usually a house most people will not make that house that I have right now in survival. But I like building big projects. It gives me something to do. So I have no problem doing this whatsoever. It gives me more videos I can actually get out to you guys. Because that was the hardest part about KaoshKraft recently, was I still wanted to play it, but I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to put out boring videos, you know. So it was really just going through that transition again of how do I stay motivated to actually find something to do, and I found that thing. So I'm really happy that we finally got it. So boop boop, let's put him in here, and boop. Okay. So let's go get some materials, and then, oh, well, I thought I closed my doors. Ow. Excuse you. Oh man, did I mess that up? No, I guess it's just, I think I got blown up. Just had a creeper blow up in there one day. Ah, bad memories. I wonder if my farm is doing any good. Let's go see. Boop, boop, boop. So the door should be closed. Please be careful. So we have nothing up here. Not yet, at least. So we're still good there. It's just nice to have that up there. Okay, let's go back. So our chest room is right over here. So what we need, dirt. We're going to need a lot of cobble too. So we'll probably take a couple things of cobble. A full row. Let's see. Oh, we actually have plenty of dirt, which is awesome now. Before I didn't think I had that much dirt, but now I do. I remember when I was making this house, it was such a pain to actually get so much dirt to lay out this area. So we don't need glass panes. I'm trying to think of anything else that we need. I mean, we're gonna grab other things along the way, but just for now, I'm trying to think of like what are the basics that we need. We're gonna need quite a bit of shovels, so we might have to make some of those. Or do I just have any? I know I have some. That's axes, swords, shovels. Yeah, most of these are dead, so we'll take that one. Yeah, basically all those are dead. So, how do we want to do that? I don't want to use too many diamonds on a... I guess shovels don't really require that much. So yeah, we should be good. So let me go get some sticks. Oh, I'm out of sticks. Oh my goodness. Am I out of wood? Nope, still have plenty of wood, so we're good there. And sticks and stones may break your bones. Alright, so now we should be good on everything. Let's put some dirt away, or just some... I don't think we need this much cobble yet, so we'll keep the dirt, because that's the main thing that we're gonna need. This can go back up in here. Also, I need to start a actual farm, because everybody else has a farm, it seems like, on the server, besides me. I just have this big house that I don't know what to do with. But I do have a nice, pretty big wheat farm, but I'm talking about like an animal farm. What was I doing? Oh yeah, shovels. That's right. My memory is bad sometimes. So boop, boop, boop. Man, I wonder how fast we're gonna go through some of these shovels. Because I also need to go mining again soon. I'm actually running low on some materials. So maybe this week I'll do a live stream to where we're gonna go mining, do things like that. Because a lot of people want more KaoshKraft, and I think the best solution to that would be probably like doing live streams and things like that. I'm messing up a lot of my words today. I don't know why. I mean, I usually mess up a lot of my words, but not this much. We'll take a sign so we can put down some of these. And I think we're good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we need. Yeah, so I think we're good for now. So do we want to call it quits for this part and the next part? Because maybe I'll just do some of this off camera. Just because it's going to get pretty boring, guys. Also, it's nighttime, so I need to go sleep. Yes, we might actually call it quits for this part. So we found out where we want to make the actual arena itself. But now it's coming to the point of how do I actually want to make it? How big is it going to be? So I have a lot of things to think of. So I will see you guys next week, guys, or later this week during a live stream. I will let you guys know on Twitter. So if you want to keep up with my channel and live streams, follow me on Twitter. I will let you know when I'm live streaming. That way you can kind of get in there with me and ask your comments, things like that. So bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated, as always. So bye-bye.